Greetings. Today we are continuing our journey in the element of cups, and today we're looking at card 4, 4 of Cups, which is the commitment card or fear of commitment card. This is the 4 of Cups we're looking at today, and it's it's an interesting card because the 4 of Cups is all about commitment. So it can be about commitment, and some people might feel that it's boredom. So I'm going to toggle over to another page where I've got my notes, and I can, so I don't miss anything, and it really helps you to see how the tarot works, the images, because people, we've all heard the saying, a picture paints 1,000 words. Yeah. And in this case, a picture does paint 1,000 words, but a few words doesn't do any harm. So we're looking at commitment. So there's the 4. Yesterday, just quickly run over to yesterday's card, the 3 of Cups. This was a happy, celebration. There's the 2 cups representing 2 souls coming together and creating one big soul of love. That they can both feed from and feed into, because that's what love is. This is another, you see, in a relationship is an entity of itself. So that is a new entity being created out of these 2. So relationships are organic. It's organic, and it wants to grow, and it wants to grow, and it wants to be alive, and it needs 2 souls in order to be able to do that. So just going back to where my notes are, and we're going to really have a look at this and go into more detail. So here you are. You've got this person trapped. How do we know they're trapped? Because look, there's a small space here. Look here, his foot starts over there right up to his head here. So it takes up the whole. So this is a small, if you're feeling boxed in, that's a sign of somebody feeling trapped and boxed in. And that's obviously not it's not what people are looking for in a relationship. So I would definitely say to you, that's not a good sign. There you go. Now, if you look closely, one of the cups, as I go down, I've got to find probably a better method of doing these cards, but it seems to be working. So you've got one cup that is smaller than the other. So that is obviously showing that somebody is not being fulfilled. Somebody's actually feeling drained. They're actually feeling as though, they're losing themselves in the relationship in order to make this person happy. So this person here feels as though they're giving and giving and giving, or they're just feeling that, it's not working for me. This setup, this arrangement is taken from me. I'm not growing. I'm not achieving. I feel less than. And also, the other thing that you can take from looking at this card is, so that person, this person here is unfulfilled. But the other thing you can see there is the cups have lost their shine. Look, compared to this card, look how shiny and gleaming almost. And, here they're almost a bit rusty. And the 3rd cup that was being filled is, far away. I mean, how can these 2 fill that cup when it's so far away? So there's lots of little clues there in the picture to tell you that somebody is struggling with commitment, or somebody feels as though they've given and given and given and they're not receiving. In fact, they're drained and exhausted and dry. They feel as though they've been sucked dry by, the whole situation, and they're now just stuck in a rut, as this reveals there. Now, birds, as you can see, there's images of birds flying. Yeah, so this is again another sign that this person is thinking about lost freedom. They want to be free again. They want to fly. They want to be themselves. because they felt, so they've actually, if you look here, there's distance. They've kind of distanced themselves from the relationship, or the relationship has become distant. And so this is why you've got this somber figure just feeling bored, wiped out, and is very much tempted by the offering here. Now, we don't know whether this person is going to choose this new cup. If you look, it's a brand new gleaming cup with a hand, kind of stretched out as if to say, choose me, here I am, choose me. And, it's, you can look at the eye level there, you can see that there is definitely a temptation and a yearning for the freshness of something new, something that's, going into the unknown, is potent with brand new things, and it can tempt a person to want to go forward and take that which is being offered. So that's what's going on there. I also want you to look at what's going on around here. There's these overgrown grass, there's weeds. These are weeds growing in the garden of love. Yeah. And obviously it means that it hasn't been maintained. It means that there hasn't been any work. It seems as though they've just neglected the love that they sort of invested in, and now they've got these weeds. So that's a sign that they've not been working at their relationship. And we hear that all the time. Work at your relationship if you want it to shine and to last. So normally when I have somebody who's asking for a reading and the Four of Cups comes up, it usually is that they are they're at the point where someone's pulled away. One person has pulled away from the relationship. As you can see, here's the cups. So this person, presumably this person has pulled away because they're feeling as though they're losing themselves. Their cup is shrinking. Yeah. So usually they come because someone's pulled away. Now, that person pulling away doesn't mean it's the end of the road. They're basically giving the other person feedback. They're basically saying, look, I'm not happy. This relationship is not working for me. We need to do something. Or, so they might not say it with words, but actions. And we all know that action speaks louder than words. So this could be the end of the road, but it also could be that, they need to talk. I'm going to go here, get away from that. So it could be that they need to talk because, it's not working for this person here. And, if they could come together and get close to this cup here and get back to being as they were here, pouring into and working, and enjoying the work as well. It wasn't work, it was actually enjoyment, and not be laid out and dry. This person is sort of feeling exhausted. You can see that there is some sort of exhaustion going on, and they're not happy. But here you've got the tree, so they've got a lot of knowledge about this person, this relationship. So they are, there is it, but there's there's reasons why they might want to stay. And if you look over here, because trees, again, what I want to bring home to you is symbols are very, very important. You can't really ignore the symbols. None of these things that are in there in the picture, even if you look at the sky is kind of, it's sunny and the sun seems to be going in. It's getting a little bit, cloudy in the background there. So what was once sunny and bright is now getting cloudy, as you can see here. And so this offering here is very tempting. But yes, it's really showing that, it's not necessarily the end, but it could be if things don't change. If this gets smaller and smaller, then definitely there'd be nothing more to give here. it will mean that there's an imbalance, different frequencies, different energy. So how I'd link it into law of attraction, if you're not on the same vibration, if you both, if you're not, if you know, if you're one person's not happy, the other person's feeling okay, or they're accepting that, well, you know, this is how it is, and you know, relationships get jaded, which really we shouldn't just settle. And this is why I don't like the word settling down, because when you say settling down, it means that you're settling for less than you could be. And a relationship should not mean that you settle. A relationship should mean that you both come together and create a bigger version, you know, a big you. If you look how nice and big this cup is, because it's full of the two people are working together in harmony. But over here, you know, there's definitely a distance. There's definitely, you know, a sign that things are not working and things have been left, you know, to tend for themselves. And neither party has been looking at it. And one person now feels, you know, well, I want something new. Or they, you know, I'm tempted to go elsewhere because this looks shining bright all over again for me. And I wouldn't mind pouring into joining with that and pouring into somebody new. But, you know, they still have to think that, you know, they've invested. Look, there's an investment there, as the squirrel reveals, you know, because squirrels are all about harvesting and gathering. So they have invested. So it's about working out whether it's worth continuing the investment or whether it's about, you know, scrapping and just going for your freedom. So investment or freedom, as in the birds. So, you know, that person has to choose. So next time when we come on, we will look at the Five of Cups and see what action that person took. Five of Cups to me is all about healing, but it's painful because it means you have to make some big decisions. And so we will go through that tomorrow, or next time, because you know, depending on how you might want to look at these cards, these videos all in one go, or you might want to look at them one by one, and also it depends on when you're listening to them.